Hi, Shane Lupine here. Just going to do a little video demonstration of me bringing my Duna station into orbit around Duna. It's a pretty basic station, just a few solar panels, RCS tanks, and some lander cans with some docking ports. I currently have a Rockomax, I think it's the FT200-32 attached to the front, plus of course the nuclear engine for the back, which was initially used to provide the thrust to get over here to Duna. I didn't actually end up needing it because I still had enough fuel left in my booster stage that got me out of LKO, so that's the reason why most of my fuel is intact. As you probably can see, there's a little bit of wobbling happening, and this station design was actually meant for my moon station. And I thought, well, I'll use it because it's pretty much exactly what I'm going to want to have it over Duna. And it's, it's a pretty basic but workable design. So I thought, alright, I'll just strap some boosters to it and see if I can't get it over here to Duna. First thing I'm going to do is retract my solar panels because I don't want them to get ripped off in the atmosphere. I intended to actually do an aerobraking with this station, even though it, well, you saw how wobbly it was. I figured it was going to actually tear itself apart in the atmosphere, but as we'll see shortly, that didn't exactly happen. Something else in music did. And you might also notice the decoupler, radial decoupler, sitting on top of the station. Please don't ask how that got there. I don't know. I had 4 orange fuel tanks with main cells attached to the sides. And apparently one of the decouplers stayed, or maybe I put an extra one there and hadn't noticed it in the editor. I'm not really sure. There's a little bit more of that wobbling. It's not a very stable station. Just kind of coming in a little slow here. I already have my maneuver set, my orbital insertion set up, so I'm going to come in at about 11,000 to 12,000, which I've used before for aerobraking maneuvers to Duna, and that worked really well, but I kind of figured it was not going to work too well with this station. And I'm already down to 14. I'm losing speed, and there goes a little bit of that wobble as I try to correct the position of the ship, or position of the station. I think it's pretty effective to do aerobraking around Duna. I've had pretty good luck with it. Oh, a little bit more wobbling. We're kind of getting a little, it's a little disconcerting. I don't have enough struts to my parts. I think my strut to part count is a little too low on this station. And we're getting a little bit of pull from the atmosphere. It's twisting me over. Yeah, I'm coming down a little farther than I intended to. Didn't get any flames. Kind of expected to see some re-entry flames, but I guess the atmosphere is not quite thick enough for that yet. Alright, we're spinning around, trying to stop the spinning. Alright, got the spinning stopping. And moving around. Shortly things are going to get interesting here, because I'm going to notice in a moment, you'll see me bring up my map screen, that I'm actually losing a lot of speed, a lot more speed than I expected to. And that's bad, because I'm looking at my AP, I'm like, alright, it's dropping, whoa, that's dropping rather fast. Yeah, let's get smart butt on again here, and go ahead and start thrusting. Oh crap, I really think I'm losing a lot of speed here. I don't think I'm going to have time with this little LV-N engine and the 50 thrusts that it provides. Oh, I'm spinning around a little too fast. I shouldn't be doing that with this really wobbly station. But we're kind of getting down to brass tacks here. Yep, it's starting to get a little bad. Okay, I'm going to, we have a problem here. Yeah, we're really losing a lot of speed. Oh, yeah, that's bad. This is going to end badly, more clear the atmosphere at this point. Okay, what I need to do is do a radial burn. Oh, I need to turn my engine off. Okay, there we go. I need to do a radial burn. I'm going to try to raise my apiosis. I can't even talk properly. Apiosis. And, yeah, doing a little bit of that. Okay. Still losing a lot of speed, though. I'm flying this by the seat of my pants. I really have no idea what I'm doing at this point, other than trying to get a little bit of trying to raise the AP. Oh yeah, we are losing speed. Flying a station sideways in the atmosphere of Duna. Do not do this at home. This is not recommended. I'm pretty sure NASA has something in the books about not doing this. Okay. Yeah, we're still losing speed. At this point, I think I'm going to realize that I need to actually start gaining some speed, or I will hit the planet. As my altitude is dropping. Or, sorry, my altitude is actually rising. But my speed is dropping rather significantly. Starting to slow it down a little bit, but we need to actually build some velocity here. Otherwise, this is going to end badly. We got it up to 22 kilometers. That's above the atmosphere. That should be enough to work with. Yeah. This is starting to look a little better here. And I'm going to go ahead and move towards prograde, build up some speed once more and get back into orbit, hopefully. I should be able to do this, though. Alright, building up speed, and my periapasis is now rising. And I'm currently on my way out of the atmosphere, out of the lowest point here. Yeah, this is kind of a botched attempt at aerobraking. I probably shouldn't have come in quite so shallow with this big station. I've done this before with lots of smaller ships, so I think I just assumed, you know, hey, I can come in at 11,000 kilometers and I'll be good. But I also made a copy of my save file because I'm like, hey, if this blows up, then I'll just try it again. But I actually managed to do this all in one go, so that's the reason why I recorded this. I also recorded the video while I was doing it, so I'm like, all right, I'll you know, give this the old shot. Got good battery on good on battery power, so I'm not gonna run out of juice in the way. Okay, we're doing good. We're starting to raise our a little bit of wiggling and wobbling there. Weebles, wobbles, but they don't fall down. Okay, this station probably should have had a few more struts on it. I built this for the moon, and or moon, or however you pronounce it, and it flew perfect. I didn't have any issues with it. A little bit of wobble, but you know, I mean, this, you know, whoa, just a little bit here. Yeah, I'm trying to control things by hand. Probably should have let MechJeb take care of it, but didn't quite trust it because sometimes it can do some pretty strong maneuvers and, you know, make flimsy ships fall apart. But anyway, this was a MUN station, and I didn't expect it to actually doing the aerobraking. I intended to actually do a powered braking maneuver because I had plenty of fuel. I mean, you can see how much fuel I've got in that Rockomax tank. But hey, you know, it's amusing to possibly do an aerobraking with this giant flimsy station here, and I wanted to see if I could do it. Oh yeah, we're good. Now we're pretty much above the atmosphere, and I've got my apiasis to 100 kilometers, which is my target. I'm kind of sort of in equatorial orbit. I'm going to have to fix that up once I've actually finished saving my bacon here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and undo my solar panels because I'm fairly well out of the atmosphere, so I shouldn't have to worry about them ripping off. And get the other one out, like that, or well, missed it. And there we go. Didn't really need to do that. I've got enough power. Got a pretty good amount of battery power, but just wanted to not forget about it and then be like, oh, hey, I did this maneuver and I survived. And later my ship is now a lifeless hulk because I forgot to extend the panels. Oh, a little twisting. Didn't mean to do that. Oh no. I don't want to rip the panels off. Okay. Alright, that's bad. Yet, I probably should not be physics warping here. I think I didn't realize that I was actually doing physics warping because I was in the atmosphere, or still close enough to the atmosphere to do physics warping. Oh, a little bit more wiggling. Wiggle. Oh, this is not too good, but I should be fine. Yeah, we're heading on out. I rather enjoy doing missions to Duna. It's a fun little planet to mess around with. It's got enough of a, it's enough like Kerbin that you can do things like aerobraking and actually have decent gravity, but it's not so large that you have to fight as hard to get away from it. Can't quite maneuver, or can't quite do the time warp that I want because I'm a little low. But I am moving towards my AP. Come on, not quite doing it. Alright, now let's go ahead and get ourselves turned around here. Whoa, okay. See, that's the problem sometimes with MechJab. It'll just very happily fling your ship around as if it was, some small speedster when, in case of space stations and such, you don't really want to do something like that. My Gigantor panels could have ripped off from that torquing. Okay. And before you ask, I have the laser system installed, and that's why my MechJab has that sort of weird look to it. I realize that's not the standard, and that's something that will be fixed soon here, I hope. Okay, now we're starting to do our circularization burn. Raising our periapsis here. Okay, we're at 50. 60. Inclination still looks pretty bad. I'm going to have to fix that here shortly because I would like to have a fairly, standard equatorial orbit with this station because that's going to be the most useful for my launches. And just kind of nudging it on up a little bit. Doing this by hand, I could use MechJab to do it, or I could do the maneuver nodes. In fact, I do think, alright, I'll just do a maneuver node to actually fix my inclination. But then I'm like, oh, well, I could do it, but you never really know exactly what your target inclination is going to be. So I'll just do it by the ascending, descending nodes, because I have Ike already selected, and since Ike is in I believe it's a fairly equatorial orbit, I'll just eyeball it by that. So I decide to go ahead and do it by hand. Well, once I actually get to the ascending node, I'll do it by hand. There goes MechJab just slinging me around like I'm some kind of speedster. And we're going to time warp to get to the point we need to be at. Okay, doing our normal minus move. Kind of sort of mess around here. I'm not doing it exact. A little too much. Got it down to, I usually don't get it. Yeah, there we go. I'm starting to increase. No, I knew. There we go. Now I'm starting to increase. I usually get it down to, like 0.1 or something. I don't completely finish my inclination burn here. Just because I got tired of messing around with this for the video. I figured you guys didn't want to watch me messing around with that. Alright. Doing a little RCS corrections. Oops, didn't mean to bump that. Alright. Close enough. It's inclination of 1.7, I think I can, or 0.17, I think I can deal with that. Alright, well, there's my Duna station. It is now in orbit, and it's pretty close to what I want. Hey, I'm missing something. Well, first of all, I need to turn off my SAS so that I'm not wiggling and wobbling around. Because it will happily try to keep this thing steady when it's not that steady. It's actually quite steady, though, when I don't have everything attached. Oh, hey, let's get rid of that decoupler. But when the tanks aren't attached, it's a little more stable. That front and docking port's not really meant for anything heavy to attach. It's usually for small tugs and such. So, alright, got the lights on, and there we go. Space Station Lambda, which is what I'm calling this one, is now ready for, you know, whatever I might want to send up here. I need to get some crew in there. I'm trying to click on the flight engineer to turn it off, but I can't quite get the part. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. This is Chain Lupine, signing off.